Hello, everyone. I'm just going to readjust a few things. I was trying to get on live straight from YouTube and it was not working. So I apologize for the delay. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to do the energy forecast for June 10th. And this week, we're focusing on these beautiful energies that are coming in. So, last week, we unpacked the backpack. We got rid of the things that are no longer serving us. So this could be belief systems, it could be people in our lives, it could be just creating new choices on how we are showing up in the world, shifting our perspective. And now this week, it's going to be about focusing on what we are going to manifest to kind of balance out our lives. And since we made this choice to get rid of the things that don't serve us, we're inviting in the next frequencies of evolution so that we can experience life from the frequency of 963. I've been really sitting in the energy of the week and what manifestation is actually showing us. And it was really interesting, the images that I started to get. So I'm going to share those with you because I feel like sometimes when we're talking frequency and we're moving into these really high levels, it can be hard to communicate sometimes what it's actually saying. But I find giving images is a nice way to tap into the frequency and then being able to bring that into your life. So one of the images that I was getting was a boat that was had a skier on the back. And when you're in I guess the inside of the wake, it can be a little bit choppy, right? And you know how fast you're going because you can feel all of the momentum of the boat behind you. And so the image that I got was to move, obviously, we want to move out into that fine glass of the lake that's outside of it. But what they were showing is that when you're out on that glass, that it feels as if you're going a little slower because you're not getting all of the turbulence from the boat. And the message that I got was go slow, meaning allow yourself to stay out on the glass in order to go fast. And so often, when we're manifesting something and we get our mind and we go back in to see, well, is it working? Is it happening? Am I getting what I want? That's when we're behind the boat because we feel like we have to do something or we have to see something and we have all the program that goes along with that. But if we just stay out on the smooth surface and just do things as they come, right? And a lot of times that can be not so easy to do because we are so programmed to be doing something in order to create. And this was really fascinating. So, what I saw is that we could stay out on that nice, smooth lake for as long as we want. And when it's time for whatever it is that's being manifested to come through, it's just going to show up. But we have no concept of time because we're enjoying the ride. And it's when we start to bring timelines into manifestation that things slow down. So go slow to go fast. So, this is the question that we ask ourselves. Where am I trying to manifest? Where am I putting in energy that is coming from a place of wanting a result versus where am I enjoying receiving information and acting upon that? This could be synchronicities. This could be just sitting and attuning. It could be writing. It could be what I just saw was somebody just starting to automatic write every day and just tapping into the frequency of receiving messages. Because a big part of manifestation, of course, is that listen and do. That's the fourth level of consciousness. When we identify that we're in the third level of consciousness, we know we're behind the boat. So, what do we need to do this week to stay out on that nice, smooth glass? An easy way of knowing it is what your body feels like. Does your body feel resistance? Does your body feel heavy? Do you feel as though you're behind the boat? I mean, really, what other better message is there? Identify where in your life you're behind the boat. Because just because we got rid of some of the things that are no longer serving us doesn't mean that we're going to get the next right away. And that's what this week is about, is really allowing yourself to enjoy the ride. Know that you can have the experience of manifesting behind the boat or out here. I'm just going to bring this in. When we experience manifesting through time, by trying, by forcing, by pushing our programming into the world in order to try to create something new. Like, what does that mean? Well, it means that we are consistently looking at how we feel our life should be. And then we're pushing that out into the world and trying to make it happen. As we evolve into these higher frequencies and we really start to experience the quantum body, that starts to change. For me, we may get hits. Oh, this is what you need to work on, or oh, this is what you're going to be creating. But you're always in flow with that message, right? The message is there to bring your conscious awareness to that frequency. And then it becomes this beautiful dance, a beautiful dance between the message and the intelligence that was behind that message. Because the message is only step one. It's just the message. The work comes after that. And that is, can I receive this message or have the hit of something that needs to be created and not bring it into my programming, my wants, my desires, that emotional body? It doesn't mean that you don't get to have fun and enjoy it. But if we're coming from a place of desire, we're coming from our programmed body. And to evolve into the quantum experience, the multidimensional experience through the body, the mind, your spirit or soul, it is to attune your consciousness to the frequency of where that message came from. Sometimes we may think, well, how do I know if the message came from my mind or if it came from beyond my mind? And I'm going to say in the beginning, it doesn't really matter. As long as we're using intention to evolve, you're doing it right. It's how you're choosing to use that intention is whether you're going to be in the experience of manifesting behind the boat or out on the nice, smooth glass. And that's the choice, right? We all get to experience one or the other. And we may even have a little bit of times where it gets a little staticky when we're trying to move outside of the wake, because that's a skill. And that's the invitation for this week? Will I use the skill of moving my consciousness out onto the smooth lake where it just slows down? Or will I stay behind the boat? All right, my lovelies. Thank you for tuning in with me this week. Have fun with just exploring where you're holding your consciousness. Have your intention. Release it into the field, into your quantum body. Your body is the field of 963. It is the playground. You are the most advanced technology there is. And by uploading your software system to hold the frequency of your intention, and then you have the experience. Will you have the experience behind the boat? Will you have the experience outside the boat? And will the choice be that when you start to get up on the top of that wake and you're about to move over, it can be the rockiest part, right? So choose to keep going. And then once you're out there, it's the choice to stay. All right. So much love to each and every one of you. And until next time, enjoy the ride.